ARK Survival Evolved Ultimate Edition gives you everything. But where do you start? So on the 14th of February, Xbox Game Pass users on PC and console will get the Ultimate Edition version of ARK Survival Evolved. So the Ultimate Edition will give you the base map and the 5 official DLC maps, plus the free annual maps, the Center, Ragnarok, Valgero, Crystal Isles and Lost Island. The official maps are where the story is. This is everything from why you first wake up on the island, right the way through to your final battle with the final boss, no spoilers, on Genesis Part 2. So with that in mind, here are my personal rankings for the official DLC maps. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my choices, or if you have your own opinion, maybe list them in order of your preference. So let's start with my least favourite, Genesis Part 1. Now Genesis Part 1 divides a lot of people. The introduction of the separate biomes and the missions, it was a huge departure for ARK. The new missions were okay, but this was the map I abandoned the quickest. I was looking forward to it as well. I wasn't a fan of the missions, and that, for me, it took it away from its survival core. The biomes was a bit of a pain. You had to jump across from one to another. But the map did introduce the Astrocetus, the insect swarm, which is another annoying pest. ARK loves them pests. Be prepared. The Bloodstalker, everyone's favourite little juicehead, the Pharaoh, the Magamasaur, and the Megalochelon, the big turtle. Number 5, we have Extinction. Now I arrived late to Extinction. I was having one of my many breaks from the game. This game gets addictive. Trust me. The ruins are fun, and the ability to get more tech was a nice change of pace. Unfortunately for me at the time, there are drop missions. They're like horde based, so you set it off, all dinos come, you've got to defend it. But they were broken when I was playing it, and that soured the experience for me. The map does have 2 fantastic additions to its creature list with the Gacha and the Snow Owl. The Gacha is almost like a resource tool in itself, and the Snow Owl gives the RG a run for its money. For PvP players, the Walker Machine Gun, the Velensaur, was there as well. And I'm not sure anyone's bothered about the gas bags. Now the next 3 maps could interchange in order because I loved all of them. I had so much fun playing each of them. But we'll go with number 4, which is Scorch Death. Now a lot of people were unhappy that the game was still in early access when this DLC came out. They did keep quiet though when other DLC maps came out and the game wasn't even in gold. An entire desert map didn't sound that much fun at first, but you had the wyverns and the rock golems. There's a lot of new creatures added to this DLC, and it was a lot of fun to the point where hunting death worms became a rite of passage. I remember just going around on a Rex every Friday night, round and round the map, hunting them for me black pearls. And it's always fun to give the mantis a pair of swords and have a fight with your mate. In number 3 we have Genesis 2, which is the last map, the final map, the end of the story, the end of the journey. Where does it all lead to? This was a lot of fun. Splitting the maps into 2 different biomes provided different challenges, and the drops were ridiculous. At this point, I think the devs were just like, you know what, you've stuck with us for 6-7 years. Have some fun. Here's a tech replicator. Here's a tech generator. Do you want a tech suit? Here you go. Oh, and the fact that you actually have a tech suit anyway to begin with. It's a great fun map. The only thing I would say though is it's technologically it jumps far ahead. It's a great fun game. I think though with all the tech and stuff it's like high level, and the story idea is you're supposed to have ascended before you get to this map. The missions were less of a focus, and aside from some bugs were generally fun, and this map introduced the net projectile, which is the best thing to happen to Taman. Who needs a trap? With number 2 we have Aberration, which was the second DLC released. God, I love this map. It is so much fun. It's very hard. It's so difficult. It's probably the hardest map, maybe. It's a vertical design map, so you start at the top, you've got to work all your way to the bottom. The twisted versions of dinos added a new spin. Rock Drake egg hunting was the right side of stressful. Oof. That was such a good laugh doing that, especially if you're on foot. Oh, bloody hell, you need to fly away from them. We had Reapers on the surface and Reaper Queens, bursting from our chests xenomorph style, which was always fun. And not to mention the cutest little big head of the Bulldog. Okay, so obviously that leads me to my final choice. My personal favourite, I'm not sure if it's anyone else's, but I love the island. It's the base map, it's the first game you play with, but the design of it is perfect. It did go through a lot of changes in early access, and some of them are miss. Used to be the volcano wasn't a tech cave, it was just a big massive metal dump, and it was just so cool going up there, and just you could get so much metal. The balance of dinosaurs and prehistoric reptiles and mammals, because if you look at your history, some of them are not dinosaurs, is great. The caves provide great challenges, and the OG bosses are still brilliant. It's my fave map, and the map you will be starting on if you want to start the story. If you click on the screen now, the video will help you get set up on the island, ready for the challenge of Ascension.